start? Scott, thank you for joining us. Congratulations, that's the first time in the club's history that we've made it through to the round of 16 in this competition. Can I get your reflection on the game first?
Yeah, thank you. Really proud of the team, of the boys. I thought they dug in and showed real character, especially in the second half. I felt that we were a little bit ponderous, I think, in the first half, a little bit kind of slow with our play. I felt as if the tempo wasn't probably how I wanted it, but it certainly was second half, so really pleased with how they come out and attack the second half, and that would be the only downside for me, is just the way we played in the first. I thought we were just a bit slow, but listen, they're a young team and they're learning all the time, and and they'll be better for it. Again, they played against a good side tonight. They went really strong, so I'm really proud of the team tonight.
Yeah, just touching on what you said there, we spoke about it pre-match. You decided to go with the players that have progressed us through to this, stage of the competition, and they came up against what some would argue is probably a full-strength League One side who have just appointed a new manager, players wanting to impress. And as you say, first half was a little bit tricky, perhaps finding their feet, but the second half it was absolutely brilliant. What was the message that you gave to them at half-time?
Just to be more confident, really. Just to have that bit more swagger about us, because even though we're playing against a good League One side, and it was probably what you'd argue their first team, I wanted us to play with a bit more belief, because we're a good side. It doesn't matter what players I pick, I believe in every one of them, and I just felt as if it looked like we were waiting for them to score, and we were kind of ponderous with our play a little bit for me, and I just said at half time, look, have more belief in yourselves. We spoke about a few things tactically, but no, they come out and they certainly showed more belief in the second half. I thought we were outstanding.
Yeah, we speak a lot about the benefits of this competition, that it gives those players a chance to perhaps knock on your door a little bit and push for starts, and some of the lads certainly done that in the second half tonight. A brilliant goal again, man of the match from Jack Rolls. He's been playing really well in this competition. Obviously he was a little bit unlucky last time after his good performance, didn't get as many minutes after he got injured, and Harry Forster as well putting in a great shift and scoring a spectacular goal. So, and also Crawley Town is a worthy mention as well, kept us in the game for a lot of the first half. So is that just a massive positive for you to have these players knocking on your door as we head into the busy Christmas period?
That's what I want. I want the players to be knocking on my door, but I want them to knock on my door because they feel they have to, and I think that some of them probably didn't warrant that in the first half, but certainly did in the second. I thought every one of them was brilliant in the second half, and I think there was certain players in the first half were a little bit ponderous, a little bit kind of slow with that play, and I just wanted a bit more spark from them. Like I say, we certainly had that, and certainly the players that you've just mentioned and others as well, I thought were very, very good tonight. So I'm really pleased with all of them, and the boys who come on, I thought did really well as well.
Yeah, obviously minutes for those boys that come on and keep them ticking over. And at the other end of the scale, there's Dylan Conroy, who's been out for the last 2 weeks. We've spoke about what a big miss he is and how much of a crucial player he is in your side, so it must have been pleasing for you to see him back out on the pitch.
Yeah, it was always a plan for him to get 25 minutes tonight, so we kind of planned that. We wasn't sure on what we was going to do in terms of who we was going to bring off, but we just felt that Harry's played quite a lot on the left, so we just kind of went with that. But yeah, no, listen, it's brilliant to have Dion back. He's been a big miss for us, and really pleased to have him back now, and he comes into contention for Saturday now.
Yeah, it's a great feeling after a night like tonight. As I said at the start of the interview, it's the first time we've reached this final competition. Is this becoming sort of, almost not like a favourite competition for yourself? Because we seem to be coming away from these games and we're really enjoying it, aren't we? We're seeing some brilliant performances from some of the lads we don't often get to see, and always coming away with some positives, aren't we?
It's a brilliant competition for us because we've showcased all our players. The boys who haven't played so many minutes in the league, it's been an opportunity for them to play and showcase them, and I think they've been fantastic in every game. I've got to be honest with you. Jack Rolls has scored some goals now in this competition, and he's been brilliant. He's real kind of bright spark, especially in that second half. I thought he had a quiet first half mind. He was kind of one of them that fell victim of that in many ways, and I thought he was brilliant in the second half. But yeah, no, listen, I'm delighted with the application that the players showed, and the fact that they've gone from not performing brilliantly in the first half to performing brilliantly in the second half. So they took everything on board what we said at half time to them, so I'm pleased with that.
Scott.
Lingering on half-time, obviously you've said what you sort of said to them. Are you a hairdryer kind of treatment manager, or was it just a calm, come on lads?
Well, I don't think you need to shout to tell the truth. You know, I think there's certain ways you can get your message across to the players. So today was actually quite calm in you know, don't get me wrong, I have got an hairdryer moment in me. But no, I don't think you need to shout to tell the truth. I think it's just a case of like, come on boys, we need to have a little bit more about us and a little bit more swagger, a little bit more belief in the way we play, you know, and players to run hard, to not just the players on the ball, but players to run hard off the ball, to try and get on it and find spaces and, you know, and try and run them in behind and make sure that we stretch the opposition a little bit more and make sure that we're passing with a real purpose and not just for the sake of it. And obviously our decision making as well. You know, I felt that you know, with I don't know what it was, 45 minutes. I think the board had just gone up for 4 minutes at half time or whatever it was, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it was. And then we're trying to play a short goal kick when we possibly should have kicked it in behind at that moment with literally minutes to go. And it's just decision making. I felt it was a foul on Aaron Henry anyway for their goal. I really did. But that's another story. But no, listen. I don't have to shout to tell the players the truth, and what I really liked about them tonight is that I had a real positive response from them in the second half.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the season when you signed Harry Forster, you said he's going to be the kind of player that gets the fans off their seats. Tonight, I felt that was the first time we've really seen that from him this season. Is that how you feel? So?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but yeah. I do see it in training with Harry.
Yeah.
Great kid, you know, and he wants to do well. He wants to play in the first team. And he knocks on my door quite a lot, which I like because it shows that he cares. And you know, times that I've spoke to him, I just kind of want a little bit more from him when he comes on the pitch, and we certainly saw that tonight, didn't we? You know, I thought he was actually one of the positives from the first half. I thought he showed a real brightness in the first half as well, and then he continued his performance in the second half and scored an unbelievable goal. And he had a couple of other moments where he drove through the middle of the pitch and didn't pass it too soon, passed it at the right time, and I thought he was very, very good tonight, Harry.
Yeah, and another player, Corey Adai. I mean, obviously we've seen a shift in Luca playing in the league and that. How pleased are you with the reaction? Because he could easily go into his shell. Corey, I don't know him as personally, but to show that kind of performance and show you that reaction, like I'm still here, boss.
Yeah, I thought Corey was outstanding tonight. I thought he was very, very good. His kicking was good. You know, his decision making was good, and you know, obviously made some great saves as well. You know, I mean, they got in on a few occasions and was there. He was called upon at the right time and done his job brilliantly. But his attitude's been class. You know, I think that he's showed a real professionalism since being out of the team, which is one thing that I've kind of kept my eye on. I made sure that I watched how he behaved once he comes out of the team, as I do everybody.
Yeah.
You know, not just Corey. Everybody who comes out of the team, I always keep an eye on how they behave and. You know, are they doing the right things? Are they being the right professional? And Corey's certainly been that.
Yeah, and obviously, like we said, first time this far in the competition, you don't fear anyone, do you, in this competition?
No, of course not. Why would we? We've played brilliantly throughout the competition and played some good sides as well, mind. You know, even the Aston Villa kind of under 23s, they were a good side. You know, and that was a tough game. You know, and we've had some good games here and. You know, Charlton game was a good game. You know, we've had some really good games, and away from home against Sutton as well. You know, I think we've done brilliantly well, and I'm proud of the players.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Scott, in the first half, despite maybe the turnovers, what would you sort of sum up with the defensive display? Because I thought, you know, Corey obviously did brilliant, made some saves, kept us in the game, but then Harry Ransom, Travis Johnson made some terrific blocks to also prevent goals. So how would you sum up the defensive display? Yeah,
it was okay. I just felt that there was too many times when the opposition get in, but it is probably from our turnovers of possession. So, you know, we just got to be better with the ball, and we're not as spread and as expansive. You know, if we don't turn the ball over, we had no reason to turn the ball over. They didn't really come after us in terms of a press. I felt that there were spaces for us to pass it, spaces for us to play, and I felt that we didn't do it as well in the first half as we did in the second. But yeah, from a defending point of view, I thought we did, you know, we did reasonably well, and I felt the goal for them, I felt it was a foul on Aaron Henry. I thought it was a foul, but I did think it was a poor decision from us to play out at that moment. I thought we maybe should have kicked long with minutes to go before half time.
Yeah. And then as well, as we've all touched on, this is the second League One team that you've beaten, a good game against Sutton and a good game against Villa under 21s. Not only do you not fear other sort of competition, is there someone you want to keep your eye on? Just, you know, what team do you want to have for the next?
I don't even know who's still in the competition, if I'm honest with you. I've not took any notice. I'm not really bothered. It is what it is. I think the draw's on Friday, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
It is what it is, and whoever we get, and we prepare for that and crack on. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased.
On to Saturday then. So away to Colchester. I know obviously 2 separate competitions, but having this as your 4th home win on the bounce, obviously that will give you a little bit of confidence going into Saturday. Maybe really try and turn around that away form.
Yeah, for sure. We've had a lot of discussions regarding that within kind of the staff and the playing squad about this away form, and we're really mindful that we need to put it right. I know Ben Gladwin, the captain's having meetings on Thursday regarding the away form and how they see it and how they can try and turn that round as a set of players, which is great. I think it's really important that we have, or certainly the players have their own meetings about what they need to do. I think that's great that Ben's kind of managing that. But yeah, we're really mindful that we want to change that run of form for sure.
Cheers, Scott. Congratulations.
Thank you.